Have you ever been there? Where you just snap? You know, someone says that one thing or something just feels so unfair and boom! Before you can even think, you're just caught up in this storm of emotion. We've all been there. But what if there was a way to find this little pocket of calm, a kind of hidden space right inside you that lets you choose how you respond instead of just being a puppet to your own reactions? Well, that space is real, and you already have it. Let's find it together. So, check out this story about a teacher named THÄI. She was supposed to do this big teaching demonstration, but she got passed over. Then, at the very last minute, the person who got it dropped out, and they came back and asked her to step in. Now, it would have been so easy to be resentful, right? To just say no way and let that frustration take over. But she didn't. She saw an opening. She responded with total grace, took on the challenge, and of course, she nailed it. All because, as she said, she was just in a different state of mind.
And that story really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? It's the question we all wrestle with. When life feels unfair, when you feel overlooked or just plain wronged, how do you find that inner strength? How do you respond with purpose instead of just reacting on pure impulse, like THÄI did?
Well, the answer isn't about learning some new complicated trick or forcing yourself to be calm. It's actually about discovering a space that's already inside you, a natural state of just pure awareness. It's there, believe it or not, waiting for you in that tiny gap between what happens to you and how you feel about it.
In Vietnamese philosophy, they have a name for this, Thanh Khung. Now, it translates to something like inner emptiness, but a better way to think about it is inner space. And it's not some empty void. It's that moment of pure, unfiltered awareness. It's the state your mind is in before it jumps in and starts slapping labels on everything. You know, this is good, this is bad, that's fair, that's not fair. So how does this actually play out in our brains? Okay, think about it. First, some information comes in. Someone's comment, something you see, whatever. For a split second, there's that moment of pure awareness. That's the inner space. It's only after that little pause that our emotions and our analytical mind leap into action. The problem? For most of us, this all happens so fast we don't even notice that space exists. And here is the absolute key. This state, this Thanh Khung, isn't something you have to build or create. It is your default setting. It's your mind's natural, balanced state that you can always come back to before it gets all cluttered up with judgments and reactions. The whole goal is just to notice it and maybe learn to hang out there for just a second longer. Okay, so knowing this space is there is great, but how do we actually use it, in the middle of a chaotic Tuesday? That brings us to a really practical, really powerful cycle you can start using literally today. This quote is the whole heart of the practice. And I know, it sounds like a riddle, right? But the idea is that our greatest power actually comes from our formlessness. When we're not rigidly attached to one single identity, like I'm a boss, or I'm a parent, or I'm a victim, we open ourselves up to becoming anything. We can step into whatever role we need to and do it fully and effectively.
But, and this is a huge but, balance is absolutely crucial here. If you only define yourself by your roles, that's called LUN. You just get stuck. You get attached, and then any little threat to that role causes a ton of stress and suffering. On the flip side, if you only let go, that's called THÄI, and you never define yourself as anything, well, you don't create any value. You're just kind of floating without a purpose. The real magic is in the cycle between the two.
Let's actually try it. Right now, I want you to fully step into a role. For this moment, you are a parent. I mean, really feel it. The responsibilities, the love, the worries, just embody that completely. That right there is defining.
Okay, now, just let it all go. Release that whole identity. For this moment, you are not a parent. You're not anything. You are just pure awareness. You are no one. This is letting go. Can you feel that? That little shift back to the inner space?
Let's do it one more time. Now, define yourself as an employee. Think about your to-do list, your coworkers, your goals for the quarter. Fully be that person and drop it. Let it go. Release the job title, the stress, the ambition. Come back to that state of Thanh Khung. You are no one. This cycle, defining and then letting go, this is the tool. It lets you play all your parts in life with total focus, but without all the heavy baggage that comes with being attached to them.
When you start practicing this cycle, something really profound starts to shift. You stop getting thrown around by things that happened in the past or worrying about what might happen in the future. You start to actually master the present moment. And that changes everything. Your work, your relationships, your whole experience of being alive.
So to really bring this home, let's think about 3 big questions. First one, who is the most important person in your life? Is it your partner, your kids, your parents? Just take a second and really think about your answer.
Okay, second question. What is the most important time? Is it some amazing memory from your past that you hold on to? Or is it that future goal you're working so hard for? When is the time that truly, truly matters the most? And finally, what is the most important thing to do? What's the one action that will have the biggest possible impact on your life and on the lives of the people around you?
The answers to all three of those questions are actually the same, and they are so simple but unbelievably powerful. The most important person is whoever is right in front of you. The most important time is right now. And the most important thing you can do is care for that person in this moment. See? This whole philosophy just pulls you out of your head and plants you firmly in reality, where life is actually happening. Now this brings us to a more advanced idea, learning to master what you truly believe. It's about separating imagination from belief. So when a negative memory or some anxious worry pops into your head, you learn to see it as just imagination. It's just a story, and you don't have to believe it's true. That breaks its power over you. But when it comes to a positive future goal, you treat that as a firm belief. You act as if it's already on its way. It's like you're consciously choosing which seeds you want to water in the garden of your mind.
And this takes us right back to that incredibly powerful idea we started with. By returning to that inner space, to that state of being no one, you're not becoming empty, you're becoming limitless. So the only question that's left to answer for this moment and for every moment after is this: if you can be anyone, who will you choose to become next?